अभी जो डेटा अभी आपकी स्क्रीन पे हाईलाइट मैंने किया हुआ है वो ये कि 22 मिलियन स्किल्ड वर्कर्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी एज पर दिस रिपोर्ट, जो क्योंकि हमारा 5G पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस है, तो 2025 तक हमें करीब करीब जो लोग चाहिए होंगे, हमें करीब करीब 22 मिलियन लोग चाहिए होंगे जो स्किल्ड हो, है ना। तो मेरा इस वेबिनार के पीछे ये इंटरेस्ट है कि और मतलब अगर ये वेबिनार आप तक पहुंच रहा है और अगर आप MBA या PhD करने का प्लान कर रहे हो तो ये भी एक स्पेशलाइजेशन ऐसा अवेलेबल है जिसको करके आपके पास जॉब की कभी क्राइसिस नहीं आने वाली है, राइट। बहुत सारी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज रोल आउट होते ही रहेंगे वहां। एक तरफ आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी दिख रही है कि इतनी बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है, दूसरी तरफ आपको क्राइसिस दिख रहा है कि कैसे ग्रेजुएट्स को जॉब नहीं मिल रही है या उनमें एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी का कितना बड़ा क्राइसिस है। तो आप पहले तो मुझे ये समझाओ कि ये जो डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का गैप है आपके इंडस्ट्री में, जो आप लोग पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, है ना, इसको लेके जो इंडस्ट्री डिमांड कर रही है, इसमें SIDTM पुणे जो है आपका कॉलेज, वो किस तरीके से उसने अपने करिकुलम को डिजाइन किया हुआ है ताकि जो गैप दिख रहा है उसको फुलफिल किया जा सके। प्रैक्टिकल स्ट्रेटजीज हो सकती हैं स्नैप क्लियर करने। नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका कॉलेज रिव्यू अनफिल्टर्ड के एक नए एपिसोड में। आज बदला सा सेटअप आपको देख सकता है। आज हमें रीच आउट किया सैंडबॉक्स इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ डिजिटल एंड टेलीकॉम मैनेजमेंट के कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ने। हमारी भी कोशिश थी कि SIDTM पुणे जो है वो काफी अच्छा कर रहा है और एक कोर्स ऑफर करता है जिसके इंडस्ट्री में बहुत डिमांड है। जो वेबिनार है इसमें हमने उस पर डिस्कशन भी किया है कि कैसे स्किल्ड लोगों की काफी शॉर्टेज है टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री में। तो ये बदला हुआ सेटअप आपको दिख रहा है, बट हमारी कोशिश ये होगी कि जो इफेक्टिवनेस होती है हमारे पूरे डिस्कशन की, कोशिश यही है कि जो इफेक्टिवनेस है वो कहीं से भी कम ना पड़े। तो आज का जो कॉलेज रिव्यू होगा वो होगा आपका SIDTM पुणे, और ये केवल कॉलेज रिव्यू नहीं होगा, स्नैप के एग्जाम से रिलेटेड भी आपको बहुत वैल्यूएबल इनसाइट्स मिलेंगे अगर आप स्नैप अपेयर कर रहे हो। तो कुछ स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने ऑलरेडी स्नैप क्लियर किया हुआ है उनसे हम जानने की कोशिश करेंगे कि क्या स्ट्रैटेजीज उन्होंने यूज की थी जिसको यूज करके उन्होंने स्नैप का एग्जाम क्लियर किया। तो बस स्टार्ट करते हैं आज के इस वेबिनार को। एक बार जरा सा मुझे बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन दोगे आप लोग?
Okay, I am Ankush. I am currently pursuing MBA in Digital Telecom Management from SIDTM, and my specialization is Systems and Finance.
Okay.
Good evening, sir. My name is 𝐤𝐴𝐺𝐻. I am the first year MBA Digital and Telecom Management student.
Okay.
My specialization is Analytics and Finance.
अच्छा, ओके, ग्रेट। तो इसमें कोऑर्डिनेट आप लोग ही करोगे, आप दोनों ही करोगे, राइट?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I will be speaking.
ग्रेट।
We have created a presentation deck and we will be presenting.
ओके, प्रेजेंटेशन जो आप लोग लाए हो वो तो ठीक है, मेरे भी कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन कह लो या कुछ डेटा सेट्स हैं जो मैं आप लोगों से शेयर करूंगा और डिस्कशन हम उसके अराउंड भी रख सकते हैं। आप लोग जो प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए लाए हो उसके अराउंड भी हम लोग डिस्कशन को रखेंगे, ठीक है। पहले मैं थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में बता देता हूँ। मेरा नाम अंकित सिंह है, मैं को फाउंडर हूँ। एक स्टार्टअप है कॉलेज रिव्यू। जो प्राइमरी मोटिव है ना हमारा इस स्टार्टअप को स्टार्ट करने के पीछे, वो ये है कि इंडिया में हम स्टूडेंट्स को इनेबल करना चाहते हैं इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन लेने की। और लॉन्ग टर्म में अगर आप हमारे गोल्स के बारे में जानना चाहो तो हमारा मिशन है कि हम इंडिया के हर एक स्टूडेंट को इंश्योर कराना चाहते हैं कि उसको क्वालिटी एजुकेशन का एक्सेस मिले। ये दो हमारे ब्रॉडर गोल्स हैं। मतलब जो अभी इंडिया में एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी का क्राइसिस है उसके ऊपर हमारा फोकस है कि किस तरीके से हम हर एक स्टूडेंट को एम्प्लॉयबल बना पाए। ये छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन रहा मेरे बारे में। कुछ डेटा सेट्स हैं, आई थिंक आप लोग खुश होंगे ये देख के। अगर मेरा स्क्रीन आप लोगों को विजिबल हो तो विजिबल है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी स्क्रीन पे आप एक देख रहे होगे, आप लोग एक रिपोर्ट है ना, जो आपकी इंडस्ट्री से ही रिलेटेड है कि इंडियन टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री टैलेंट डिमांड एंड सप्लाई गैप एट 2.41 मिलियन, इट जंप टू 3.8 टाइम्स बाय 2030, है ना। एक तरफ जो MBA PhD ग्रेजुएट्स हैं या जो मैनेजमेंट ग्रेजुएट्स हैं, पहले एक बार डिस्कशन का एक फाउंडेशन ले डाउन कर लेते हैं। तो एक तरफ ये रिपोर्ट ये कहता है कि जो टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री है यहाँ पे टैलेंट की जो डिमांड एंड सप्लाई है उसमें एक बहुत बड़ा ह्यूज गैप है ना, जो कि भी बढ़ने ही वाली है 2030 तक। एक तरफ तो यहाँ पे ये दिख रहा है कि कितनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं अगर आपने टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री में करियर बनाना है तो। दूसरी तरफ अगर मैं एक और डेटा की बात करूं तो यहाँ पे एक और डेटा आप देख रहे हो अपने सामने, ये है डिकोडिंग इंडियाज एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी, 1 in 4 MBA आर एम्प्लॉयबल। एक तरफ बात हो रही है कि हमें लोग नहीं मिल रहे हैं हायरिंग के लिए या कितना बड़ा गैप है, मतलब अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत सारी हैं। एक तरफ ये दिख रहा है कि एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी का कितना बड़ा क्राइसिस है। एक और रिपोर्ट जो अभी काफी हो हल्ला मचाए हुए हैं वो है कि IIM बैंगलोर में बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स को समर इंटर्नशिप नहीं मिल पाई। आई एम श्योर आप लोगों ने भी डेटा देखा होगा ये, है ना, जो बहुत सारा अभी मार्केट में हो हल्ला मचा हुआ है कि किस तरीके से समर इंटर्नशिप नहीं मिला IIM बैंगलोर जो कि टॉप पे है वहां के ग्रेजुएट्स को। तो मैं ये समझना चाहूंगा आप लोगों के थ्रू इस पूरे डिस्कशन में, मुझे ये समझाओ कि आपका जो कॉलेज है SIDTM पुणे, पहले तो ये जो अपॉर्चुनिटी है, अब यहाँ पे अगर मैं इसको सिंप्लीफाई करूं तो एक तरफ आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी दिख रही है कि इतनी बड़ी अपॉर्चुनिटी है, दूसरी तरफ आपको क्राइसिस दिख रहा है कि कैसे ग्रेजुएट्स को जॉब नहीं मिल रही है या उनमें एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी का कितना बड़ा क्राइसिस है। तो आप पहले तो मुझे ये समझाओ कि ये जो डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का गैप है आपके इंडस्ट्री में, जो आप लोग पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, है ना, इसको लेके जो इंडस्ट्री डिमांड कर रही है, इसमें SIDTM पुणे जो है आपका कॉलेज, वो किस तरीके से उसने अपने करिकुलम को डिजाइन किया हुआ है ताकि जो गैप दिख रहा है उसको फुलफिल किया जा सके।
So, sir, the curriculum at our college covers multiple different industries as well as telecom specific as well.
Okay.
As we are MBA students, we are focused on how the telecom industry, we are taught in such a way that the technologies that are used in telecom, how can we understand that knowledge and take that knowledge and apply it to the business growth of the companies.
Okay, great.
But this data I can't comment on it because our curriculum, I think it fills the gap in such a way that we are learning it not at the level of engineering level, I would say.
Okay.
As we are not an engineering level course, we are at an MBA level, so we are focusing more on how the business side of things are working for the telecom.
नहीं, मैं जो समझना चाह रहा हूँ ना अवशेष, मैं ये समझना चाह रहा हूँ कि यहाँ अगर आप समरी देखो तो वो ये कह रहा है कि इंडिया टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री फेसिंग ह्यूज टैलेंट क्रंच, मच, ठीक है। एक तरफ जो बाकी एमबीए के स्पेशलाइजेशंस हैं वहां पे जॉब्स की अपॉर्चुनिटीज कम दिख रही हैं, दूसरी तरफ ये एक ऐसा इंडस्ट्री है जहां पे इतनी सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज दिख रही हैं, बट जो मेरा जो अपना अंडरस्टैंडिंग है या जो मैं बच्चों से बात करता हूं, मैं ये देखता हूं कि इस इंडस्ट्री के बारे में लोगों में अवेयरनेस ही नहीं है। तो हमारी कोशिश जो इस वेबिनार के थ्रू है वो ये है कि और भी लोग जाने की एक और स्पेशलाइजेशन एग्जिस्ट करता है एमबीए या पीजीडीएम जब आप करने जाते हो, तो वो है टेलीकॉम की इंडस्ट्री में, है ना, जहां पे आपको इतनी सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखने को मिल रही हैं। तो आप रादर देन कि आप उन्हीं कुछ ट्रेडिशनल गिने चुने कोर्सेज के पीछे भागो, आप डेटा को भी देखो ताकि आप एक इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन ले पाओ और देखो कि इंडस्ट्री में कितने सारी जॉब्स अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल हैं। तो मैं ये समझना चाह रहा हूं कि ये जो जितनी जॉब्स अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल हैं, अगर हम अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करें स्टूडेंट्स के बीच में, तो वो और भी स्टूडेंट्स आएंगे इस स्पेशलाइजेशन के पीछे, राइट? ताकि तभी तो हम, और एसआईडीटीएम पुणे जो है बहुत बड़ा नाम है, आई एम श्योर, राइट? तो अगर बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट और भी स्टूडेंट्स जो ये ट्रेडिशनल कोर्सेज होते हैं या ट्रेडिशनल स्पेशलाइजेशन होते हैं उनके अलावा इस कोर्स को भी करने में इंटरेस्ट दिखाए, तो ये जो डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का गैप है इसको फुलफिल किया जा सकता है। अग्री करते हो आप इस बात से?
Yes,
Yes.
I would like to add in this, in our college, we have ITT as a subject. ITT is like telecom. It is totally dedicated to telecom subject.
Okay.
So in telecom, we are in that subject actually everything about telecom, how the technology is actually implementing in the telecom sector, like GSM. If I say like in 2G, it is GSM. For 5G, what are the different components of 5G? So we know about it, like the technology, all the technology related to the telecom sector. We know that, and all the curriculum is totally inclined to that. And also we have special like last month we have visited Tata Communication for our industrial visit. So there we got some hands-on on that too. So in college we have that curriculum also, and also not only telecom, we are focusing in digital part too. So it is not totally restricted to telecom. It is like our total curriculum is divided in telecom also and also digital part of that. So if anyone join SIDTM, then SIDTM will offer telecom subjects also, and also the digital part, so that when they will go for a job or any corporate sector, then they will be totally specialized in telecom. And there are several clients also, like different kind of companies have their telecom clients like telco. So when telcos have any issue, then our student can solve those issues, and they are consultant on that sector. So here SIDTM actually creating a value, and it is relevant at the total हमारा जो सिलेबस है, हमारा जो सिलेबस है उसका रिलेवेंस इधर ही है कि हम लोग का जो सिलेबस है वो टेलीकॉम को तो कैटर कर ही रहा है, ऊपर से डिजिटल एंड आईटी सेक्टर उसमें भी हम लोग हैं। मतलब पूरा कॉलेज का सिलेबस ही ऐसा बनाया गया है कि डिजिटल, टेलीकॉम एंड आईटी एवरीथिंग विल बी कवर्ड।
ओके, ठीक है। तो जो भी बच्चे इस वेबिनार को देख रहे हैं या आपको सुन रहे हैं, मैं उनका ध्यान इस तरफ ले आना चाहूंगा कि अभी जो डेटा अभी आपकी स्क्रीन पे हाईलाइट मैंने किया हुआ है वो ये है कि 22 मिलियन स्किल्ड वर्कर्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी एज पर दिस रिपोर्ट, जो क्योंकि हमारा 5G पे बहुत ज्यादा फोकस है। तो 2025 तक हमें करीब करीब जो लोग चाहिए होंगे, हमें करीब करीब 22 मिलियन लोग चाहिए होंगे जो स्किल्ड हो, है ना? तो मेरा इस वेबिनार के पीछे ये इंटरेस्ट है कि और मतलब अगर ये वेबिनार आप तक पहुंच रहा है और अगर आप एमबीए या पीजीडीएम करने का प्लान कर रहे हो, तो ये भी एक स्पेशलाइजेशन ऐसा अवेलेबल है जिसको करके आपके पास जॉब की कभी क्राइसिस नहीं आने वाली है, राइट? बहुत सारी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज रोल आउट होते ही रहेंगे वहां पे। तो आपने बताया कि किस तरीके से आपका जो कॉलेज है वो अपने करिकुलम को इंडस्ट्री के साथ सिंक में रखा हुआ है, राइट? और मुझे एक बात बताओ कि जो आपके यहाँ फैकल्टीज हैं, आप जो प्रेजेंटेशन लाए हो, मैं बिल्कुल आपको मौका दूंगा उसको प्रेजेंट करने का, बट मुझे मेरी जो बेसिक क्वेरीज है मैं चाहूंगा उनको भी एक बार एड्रेस कि जो आपके यहाँ फैकल्टीज हैं, क्या उनके पास मतलब इंडस्ट्री का भी एक्सपीरियंस है? आई एम श्योर इंडस्ट्री का एक्सपीरियंस होगा, तो कितनी % फैकल्टीज ऐसी होंगी जिन्होंने कॉर्पोरेट में काम किया हुआ है और उनकी टीचिंग मेथोडोलॉजी जो होती है उनमें कितना डिफरेंस आपको देखने को मिलता है? मतलब ओवरऑल उनका जो पूरा पढ़ाने का तरीका है वो किस तरीके से है, वो क्या अप्रोच लेते हैं?
Sir, the faculties that are available at SIDTM, especially faculties who are teaching us technology-related subjects, as mentioned in the report itself, cloud computing, Internet of Things. These faculties are very experienced in terms of their industry experience as well as the teaching experience as well.
Okay.
Also, these faculties are frequently connected with the industry experts outside as well, so they understand the market situation currently going through across the country as well as the globe in general. Also, one of the things I would like to add here is the kind of teaching that they inculcate, that they go through with us is, as we are a mix of people with tech and non-tech as well. We can't start from high level for everyone. Some people understand it, some people does not understand. Like Ankush mentioned the subject called ITT. It goes into different technologies like 2G, 3G, 4G and 5G. Not everybody comes from tech background and they can't understand it. So initially that subject started off with what is the business side of the telco? What are the rules and regulations that are revolving around the telcos? From that perspective, we are made sure that we understand everything from business perspective. Then we are pushed into the technology perspective.
Okay.
So from basic level to understanding of the industry as a whole, how it works, and then going into the technology part. From there, they take it to taking care of each and every individual from the batch.
Okay.
If there are still doubts, anything related to that, they will put bridge courses, they will ask students to attend. And as part of that, we are giving same amount of knowledge and experience to every student in the whole batch.
अच्छा,
Specifically technologies like IoT, cloud computing, AI, ML, data analytics, telecom, all these related things are taken care of from our faculties and they're very experienced. Some of the faculties are visiting and they also have startups of their own.
अच्छा, एक चीज मैं और समझना चाहूंगा आप दोनों से कि ये जो आपका फील्ड है ना, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन का जो फील्ड है, ये बहुत डायनेमिक फील्ड है ना, बहुत सारे डेवलपमेंट्स इसमें होते रहते हैं आए दिन। तो जो आपका कॉलेज है SIDTM पुणे जो है, वो किस तरीके से ये जो टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशंस होते रह रहे हैं उनको कैसे मैचअप करता है?
So in our college there is a syllabus committee, so they regularly update the syllabus. Whatever curriculum we have, it actually year on year it gets changed, and also whatever new technology there is in the market, the demand of the technology, if there is any, then that technology or that syllabus that actually updated in our syllabus. So every year also our syllabus is also dynamic according to the industry.
Great.
So I would also want to add one more point.
Please.
There is one subject that we are studying right now, regulatory aspects of telecom. That is made core to us. Before it was in systems and analytics, systems and finance specialization. But because there is a necessity in the market, regulatory knowledge in the students when they join the companies. This year, because there is the need seems to rise in the market, we are being taught it as a core subject so that everybody understands.
Great.
Also, we have a blockchain lab set up.
Great.
Because blockchain is currently one of the in-demand technologies because it provides very high security for devices like IoT and cloud devices. So we also give courses like AWS. So the curriculum is not set in such a way that it is rigid. It is extremely flexible. If our faculty members get to know that there is something new happening or there is a different demand from industry, they will make sure that the students are trained on so that they are industry ready, and as you mentioned, the gap needs to be filled.
ठीक है, ठीक है। अच्छा, एक बात बताओ मुझे, आप लोगों को क्या लगता है कि क्या रीजन है? मेरी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है वो ये कहती है कि बहुत लिमिटेड बच्चे ही इस स्पेशलाइजेशन के पीछे जाते हैं। स्पेशलाइजेशन जो है ये आपका टेलीकम्युनिकेशन इसके पीछे जाते हैं। तो आपको क्या लगता है क्या रीजन रहा होगा इसके पीछे, या क्या रीजन है इसके पीछे?
Sir, if I have to put out my views, I think most people are aware about it. Most people in India are doing either engineering or doctor degrees or something like that, which are very famous. Even in BTech as a graduation, many people are choosing. I think computer science is currently very in demand. Most people are opting for computer science.
Right.
That is one part of the telecom sector. If we took telecom as a whole, computer science is one part. But if I have to say, I think most people, as a course in BTech, telecom might not be pushed through that much, so that people are not aware of it. That is my view, because the degree, as there is no specific specialization group in BTech graduation for telecom specific course.
ठीक है, एक काम करते हैं, अब इस डिस्कशन को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। आप लोग जो प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए स्लाइड्स लेके आए हो, आप लोग प्लीज प्रेजेंट करो उसको, ठीक है? और फिर हम उस डिस्कशन को सराउंड रखते हैं, ठीक है? प्लीज प्रेजेंट।
Is my screen sharing? Good evening, everyone. My name is Sriharsha, and today I have my colleague Ankush with me. As the first attempt of Snap is done, I hope most of the students who will be watching this webinar have done a really good job in their first attempt itself. If you have missed out on the first attempt going well, don't worry. There are 2 more attempts for Snap that are still pending to be done. So, as part of the agenda today, we will be going through the strategies that you need to follow for the second and third attempt. Also, we will be discussing about Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management as well.
Okay.
Before that, I would like to address the Snap sections in the paper pattern. I know most people would already know about it, but I just want to address this in case of anyone not knowing about it. So the paper of Snap consists of 60 questions. It is divided into 3 different sections. In General English section, there are 15 questions. Analytical and logical reasoning, there are 25 questions. Quantitative data interpretation and data sufficiency has 20 questions.
Okay.
Each question has 1 mark for right answer, and if there is a wrong answer, there will be a penalty of negative 0.25 marks.
ठीक है।
So moving on, my friend Ankush will be discussing about the topic General English.
अच्छा, मुझे यहीं पे एक चीज बता दो। मैं जनरली लोगों से ये सुनता हूँ स्नैप का पेपर बहुत आसान होता है, तो क्या सच में बहुत आसान होता है? मैंने कभी अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया, तो क्या सच में बहुत आसान होता है या बस ऐसे ही रूमर्स है?
No sir, now it is getting a little bit more difficult because the packages are increasing, the demand for MBA is also increasing. And also the number of students attempting the exam is also increasing. The competition has increased very much.
The paper is not very easy. It is easy to moderate, I can say.
इस सवाल को पूछने के पीछे मेरा मोटिव ये था कि बस YouTube वीडियोस देख के मत चले जाना बिना पढ़ाई लिखाई की तैयारी करे हुए कि ठीक है बहुत आसान होता है। बहुत सारे र्यूमर्स हैं मार्केट में कि स्नैप का पेपर जो है वो इंडिया के जितने भी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स होते हैं, मैनेजमेंट एंट्रेंस एग्जाम, उनमें सबसे आसान होता है। देखो, आसान या टफ जो होता है ना, वो आपकी प्रिपरेशन पे डिपेंड करता है, राइट? मुझे जहां तक लगता है। तो एक सही स्ट्रैटेजी के साथ अगर आप जाओगे तो उसका रिजल्ट आपको डेफिनेटली अच्छा देखने को मिलेगा। तो आप दोनों से बेहतर कौन बता पाएगा कि सही स्ट्रैटेजी क्या हो सकती है स्नैप क्लियर करने का, राइट? क्योंकि आप दोनों के कितने मार्क्स रहे थे आप लोगों के?
I got around 85% also.
85% था आपका। एंड आपका अंकुश?
मेरा 92 था।
ग्रेट। बताओ फिर तो कुछ स्ट्रैटेजीज बताओ आप, मतलब जो प्रैक्टिकल स्ट्रैटेजीज हो सकती हैं जो आप लोगों के लिए वर्क की, वो बताओ आप स्टूडेंट्स को।
Ankush,
I think it will be covered in the presentation. So proceed to the presentation. So the first section is English section. So it is easiest section, I would say, in Snap. And this year, if I consider the first attempt, so the paper was easy. But we need to keep in mind that the grammar section is dominated. You can see that from noun then conjunction, then figure of speech, and voice change, and other, like it is in the table also. So fill in the blanks. From fill in the blanks, you can see that the three questions were there. So we need to keep in mind that the questions will be revolved around the grammar portion. From the first attempt, we can see that the grammar portion is the main portion in this paper. Also, you should keep in your mind that the vocabulary is also to be remembered. And one strategy from my side, that as English is easy and also the number of question is less, so try to complete the English section as early as you can, so that the next two sections like quants and logical reasoning, they take the more time. So for that reason, I would suggest that try to finish this section as early as you can. And
so I will be talking about analytical and logical
मुझे एक बार
reasoning
कुछ
section.
रिसोर्सेज बता दो जो आपने इंग्लिश के पोर्शन बताया हुआ, जो आपने इंग्लिश का पोर्शन बताया, उसके लिए प्रिपेयर करने के लिए, लास्ट वन प्रिपरेशन के लिए कुछ रिसोर्सेज बता दो आप.
I think that the previous year papers of SNAP is very much relevant to this. And if you like, if anybody is prepared for CAT, for them it is very easy. So the resources are quite same. It is not that much difficult thing to do, and the basics of English is no need to do any difficult stuff.
I will be taking everyone through analytical and logical reasoning section. I would say this is one of the most time-taking section, as there are 25 questions. This is the section where you have more number of questions in SNAP paper. So in the first attempt, the level of difficulty was around moderate. It was not that tough. The strategy that I will suggest genuinely that everybody needs to follow is differentiate between the topics that you are very strong at and which you are not that strong. Try to understand which you are strong at and which you are not strong at. And also in the paper itself, there will be some topics which are easy and some topics which will be lengthy. Not necessarily difficult, but they will be lengthy. So as there are 60 questions and there are only 60 minutes for you to go through the paper, in order to attempt more number of questions, the speed plays a very major role in it. So students need to keep in mind that the amount of questions that are not lengthy, you have to try and find as many number of questions as you can in that section. Also, critical reasoning is very important as far as the what we have understood from the first paper. There were many number of questions on critical reasoning, topics like course of action, cause and effect, assumptions, conclusions. Also, students cannot ignore topics like clocks and calendars, blood relations, series, puzzles like linear arrangement, circular arrangement, because they are must study topics, because the number of questions that will come every year in SNAP, it is consistent. So we can't ignore these topics. So when I say easy and lengthy differentiation, I am talking in terms of the time. Make sure you can solve the question, more number of questions in as little time as possible. Because if you can solve more questions in little time, you will have more time for next topics and next sections, as well as for the revision at the end. So these are some of the pointers from my side. These are some of the sample questions for the students to refer to.
And resources भी बता दो आप. अच्छा, resources को ना दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करके बता दो. एक तो अभी जितना टाइम बचा हुआ है, लास्ट मोमेंट कुछ रिसोर्सेज जो आपके लिए हेल्पफुल रहे हो, और दूसरा अगर मैं आज से प्रिपेयर कर रहा हूँ, मतलब अभी मैं एस्पिरेंट हूँ, फाइनल ईयर्स में हूँ, या मैं प्लान कर रहा हूँ नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए, तो लॉन्ग टर्म रिसोर्सेज में क्या यूज कर सकता हूँ, एंड देन अभी जितना टाइम बचा हुआ है उसमें क्या रिसोर्सेज मेरे लिए यूजफुल हो सकता है.
Specifically the resources at this moment, I would say is one more tip: don't study any topic that you did not cover right now. Because before the exam, that is a very bad thing to do in my opinion. I did not do it when I was preparing for SNAP last year. That is one of the biggest problem, because when we are starting new topics at the later stage, it creeps into our stress. We can't perform well in the exam. Sources, I would say anybody who prepared for CAT, the material that they have used for CAT or the means through which they prepared for CAT, that covers most of the topics. That covers most of the topics. Nothing new needs to be learned, or nothing specific, nothing difficult, as Ankush mentioned before, because the level of difficulty is not that high. Compared to CAT, SNAP is not that difficult, so you need to keep it as basic as possible. And it depends on the basic knowledge, how strong you are in the basics and fundamentals, and how quickly you can remember and apply them on the question that was given. The next section, quant, will be explained on.
So in quant section, first of all, I would say that it is kind of a speed breaking section. So most of the time will be needed to solve this section, and the level of difficulty is also moderate for this year for the first attempt. And but there are a certain analysis we have done that arithmetic portion and the modern maths, these two sections is very much important for this year. You can see that out of 20 questions, 14 questions are from only these two sections. So anybody who is preparing for the second and third attempt, my suggestion would be to follow the arithmetic portion: simple interest, compound interest, then ratio and proportion, percentages, then time and distance, time and work. These are the chapters they should follow. And also for the modern math, I would suggest that PMC, like permutation and combination and probability. This is the very important chapter to cover, right? Algebra, data interpretation, multiplication, numbers, geometry, logarithm. These are the important topic for SNAP for the second and third attempt. And if I follow the resources, so what in my time I did that I followed the previous year papers, and also I used to search in the YouTube that what are the questions of SNAP related quants related questions. So there are various kinds of question I found in only in the open source like in Google and also YouTube. I will suggest that please follow those questions, and also the previous year's papers is must needed. You should follow those questions. Maybe the numbers and the question would be different, but the pattern would be same. So and also follow the first attempt question paper. If like whatever question if you have, then you should follow that. So moving into the next slide, these are the sample questions so which we took from the previous year SNAP paper. So anyone can refer to this question. Already we have discussed how was the paper pattern for this year and for the first attempt. So I think that these are some of the points one should keep in their mind when they are sitting for the second and third attempt. So first is the paper pattern is easy to moderate. So no need to worry about the difficulty part. You can like brush up your difficult questions, but no need to think about that the question paper will be very much difficult. So try to brush up your easy concepts and also the basics that will actually help you to ace the exam. Second thing is, as already Sriharsha mentioned in the logical reasoning part, that the critical reasoning, that is cause and effect and also the conclusion, those are the questions mainly asked in the logical reasoning. So if you cover those questions and also attempt more, then it will help you to get more percentile. And also the logical reasoning is X factor for this year's SNAP, what we have seen from the first attempt. So it is very much needed to do more logical reasoning. So practice those logical reasoning questions and also the critical reasoning question. And what I have already told that revise the previous year's. I think those who are going to attempt a second and third attempt, so I think that they have already done the previous year's paper. So just try to brush up and try to revise those questions again and again. Some of the question will also come this year too. So try to brush up that. So moving into the next slide.
अच्छा, आपने PYQs की इंपॉर्टेंस तो बता दी, अब मुझे थोड़ा सा ना मुझे या जो मेरे व्यूअर्स हैं उनको जरा मॉक्स के भी इंपॉर्टेंस को बता दो आप, या कुछ अच्छे मॉक्स जो आप लोगों ने यूज किए हो जो आपके लिए यूजफुल रहे, मतलब मॉक्स रेलेवेंट हैं इसके लिए स्नैप के लिए भी?
Yes,
obviously mocks is very much relevant because as a speed is like it is a speed based exam. So if you practice more, your speed will be huge. So try to practice more and more mocks paper. If already anyone has mocks, and in SIDTM we also have mock, already we have distributed that, and we will attach the link with this webinar so that anybody can access that. If they register, we will send the mocks via mail. So in SIDTM also we make the mock, and also the previous year papers they can they can do, and also if already they have taken any kind of mock, I would suggest that to practice those questions and also follow the patterns and also the questions they have already practiced.
Okay, ठीक है.
So why SIDTM? I think would ask Sriharsha that when he was choosing his college, what are the deciding factors Sriharsha actually taken into his mind before choosing SIDTM? Can you please share?
Please बताओ आपकी SIDTM पुणे ही क्यों?
Yes, sir. I had three main reasons, three bigger reasons why I chose SIDTM. The first one was the curriculum itself. As I was from tech background, I did my computer science and data in engineering. So the curriculum matched really well with what SIDTM was providing. So that was one of the biggest thing for me to consider SIDTM. As any student, I also applied for all the big colleges, and SIDTM was from the beginning itself. I had it in my mind because it was one of the top colleges. First reason was the curriculum. Second reason was the packages that they offer at SIDTM. As the companies that come cater to unique and various types of industries, the packages that are offered to the students of SIDTM is really high.
क्या होगा average placement या median package क्या मिल जाता होगा अभी?
Yes, sir. I will come back to that in the further slides. That was my second point. The packages that they are offering us. The third thing was the campus life itself. I mean, the campus is situated in Pune, lovely hilltop campus. It is exceptionally big. It's exuberant. It's very big. The student culture. We have almost 5 colleges near us on the mountain top. All the colleges, the students, the culture, it is really good. The fests, everything was fantastic, and I heard about it just like any other aspirant who was trying to get into MBA colleges, and I was very intrigued by it. So I thought that I have to be part of this campus. I have to come and study here for 2 years without missing out on it. So these were the 3 biggest driving reasons for me, and that is from my side. And Ankush, can you please share yours as well?
In my graduation, I graduated in electronics and communication engineering. So it is my domain. So when I was choosing my college, then that time, and also I have 2.5 years of work experience in TCS. So I am coming from IT background, and the courses which SIDTM caters is totally relevant to that. So it's a blend of technology and management. So what I was looking for that I have the knowledge of technology, but I don't have the business knowledge. So to bridge this gap between the technology and management, I chose SIDTM. And in now time, what we can see that we are living in the digital era, and every sector there is technology. Technology is cutting every edge. So we need to know about technology, and if we we ignore that, we are actually lagging behind. So this is the main reason to choose SIDTM. And also the excellent placement record SIDTM has. Last 2 years, it has it is huge. The result is huge, and also the year-on-year average package is also growing. So in SIDTM, we have this specialization. First is systems and finance, marketing and finance, and analytics and finance. So as I am coming from systems and finance, I would say that the courses we have, it is actually how we can implement the technology business perspective. Like we have different kinds of IT frameworks, we have IT auditing as a subject, so they are very much relevant to industry. And in the job sector, if we go then different kind of week, then IoT, then these are the topics actually which are buzzing now in the trading in the market. So it is very much relevant to the market and also the job sector. And also in marketing and finance, like in our college, marketing and finance, like we have different kind of subject like consumer behavior, then project management, product management. These are the very relevant topics you need to know. Like anyone need to know about the marketing, digital marketing. It is very much important to know nowadays. So in marketing also, the job roles offered for marketing is pre-sales and business consultant. So these you can share the learning experience of analytics and finance.
Yeah, certainly, of course. As I'm from analytics and finance, I will be dividing it into part, the finance part and the analytics part. As finance is a minor in all the specializations. While I was considering to join SIDTM, I was skeptical that I don't have any knowledge on finance related things. How can I cope up with that course structure? But the faculty here teaching finance, the understanding they have and the experience they have, they start from very basic level. From there, they take you with them and they take care of everyone in the batch, and they will make sure that by the time the course is done, in terms of the finance aspect, everybody is in the same page, so that we don't have to worry about being let out. That wraps up the finance thing from my side. And when it comes to analytics, as I was from computer science, I decided beforehand that I will be going for analytics and finance specialization before joining itself. The subjects, there are tools that are being taught like Tableau, Power BI, which are very much industry relevant, and they are in huge requirement right now, because data, as everybody says, data is the new oil. Every company from every sector, you take any sector, data plays a very important role these days. Without data, the company cannot plan their business model. They can't plan their future. They are very uncertain in when they take decisions without the data. Data provides a lot of value to the companies these days. And I wanted to be part of it. So these tools will be helpful very much. And the skills that we're getting, like business analysis, data mining, these are some of the job roles as well that are being offered to us from the company. So now I will be going through the placement records of SIDTM. Yeah, for the summer placement for the batch of 2022 and 2024, the highest stipend offered was 2,50,000. The average stipend for the top 25 was 1,54,000. When we talk about the final placement, it is the statistics for the batch of 2021 and 2023 passed out. The highest package offered was 27,83,000. Average top 15 package was 22,58,000, and average top 25 was 19,48,000.
Great numbers.
Yeah, these are pretty much impressive numbers. Sir.
Exactly.
The amount of opportunities the college provides, everybody from the management to the students, everybody works really hard so that the entire batch gets placed.
अच्छा, मुझे एक बात बताओ, यहाँ पे मुझे एक बात बताओ, लेट्स से कि मैं ह्यूमैनिटीज बैकग्राउंड से हूँ, ठीक है, या कोई एक स्टूडेंट उस वेबिनार को देख रहा है, वो ह्यूमैनिटीज बैकग्राउंड से है, ठीक है, और उसके पास कोई वर्क एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है, ठीक है, तो और आपके पास वर्क एक्सपीरियंस है, ठीक है, तो जब मैं कॉलेज ज्वाइन करता हूँ आपका, ठीक है, तो मुझे किस तरीके से सपोर्ट सिस्टम प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा, या किस तरीके का सपोर्ट सिस्टम SIDTM पुणे ने बनाया हुआ है, ताकि हम सब, मतलब आप मुझे जरा ये समझाओ कि पहला 1 महीना या पहला जो भी जितना भी आपका ओरिएंटेशन हो, ताकि हम सब सेम पेज पे आ पाए, क्योंकि मेरे लिए सब कुछ नया होगा बिल्कुल, या मेरे जैसा दूसरा भी कोई स्टूडेंट होगा, सबके लिए सब कुछ नया होगा। तो अगर मुझे ये नंबर्स अचीव करने हैं जो हाईएस्ट पैकेज वाला दिख रहा है 27 लाख का है ना, तो मेरे लिए किस तरीके का सपोर्ट सिस्टम डिजाइन किया हुआ है SIDTM पुणे ने?
Sir, I would say that we have bridge courses that we are getting offered. So everywhere the batch mix is in such a way that it is very diverse. The entire batch is diverse. It is not tech centric or it is not non-tech centric. The section of the entire batch, you can see the diversity increasing year on year.
Data बताओ, tech वाले कितने होंगे और non-tech वाले कितने होंगे?
For our batch, if I have to estimate, we have 50% of tech, 51% of tech, and 49% of non-tech.
That's some great numbers, right?
For a tech college, that amount of diversity is very rare and it is required as well. And more people these days are opting to go into the tech industry, be it telecom, digital, because the digital aspect is in our lives every day. People are experiencing it day in day out, so they want to be part of it. The support mechanism, as I'm saying, the seniors help us a lot. We have a community here. There will be sessions taken by the seniors, the clubs, the committees, the faculties arrange bridge courses for us for people who are lagging in certain subjects. There is a feedback mechanism in place.
Great.
There will be feedback sessions every now and then, very frequently, so that the faculties and the management knows where the students are lagging, where the batch is lagging, and if there are any improvements that are needed to be done, and they are very quick to act on it. Once they get the feedback, they understand it, that this is need to be represented and addressed, and they will make sure that it is implemented. These are some of the impressive things that the faculties, the management, the seniors did to us initially, and it continues to happen. It continues year on year. Now I would like to talk about some of our recruiters, notable recruiters. Companies like Accenture Strategy and Consulting comes here. The big four consulting companies like EY, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC comes here. As the name suggests, telecom management. We have telecom companies as well: Jio, Airtel, Vodafone Idea, Tata Communications. All these companies come, and we are not just restricted to telecom, digital and telecom. So we cater to multiple industries. Yes, sir. That's it from our side. For all the students that will watch this webinar, we wish you all the very best for your second and third attempts of SNAP. Please make sure that the pointers that we have mentioned, please follow them. They will be very helpful for you. And yeah.
अब मुझे थोड़ा सा कैंपस लाइफ के बारे में बता दो कि क्या एक्टिविटीज हैं आपके यहाँ पे, किस तरीके के क्लब्स बने हुए हैं, कैसे सेल्स हैं आपके यहाँ पे, मतलब ओवरऑल क्या कैंपस लाइफ मुझे मिलेगी जब मैं कैंपस पहुंचता हूँ आपके यहाँ पे?
So in our campus, in Lavale campus, it is Hilltop campus, and this is the main campus of Symbiosis International University. So if you come in our campus, it is very beautiful, and it is like you have a vacation, and also you are doing a study. So in the campus, we have every facilities, like we have a swimming pool, then basketball court, then football court, and gym, and everything is in the campus. So we have that opportunity to use those. And in the campus, we have the other 5 colleges of Symbiosis: SIDM, SSBS, 4S, and SINC. So these are the colleges in the same campus. We are sharing with them, and also we have the convention center and also auditorium.
If I'm not wrong, ये जो कैंपसेस है 5 और कैंपस आप बता रहे हो, तो नेटवर्किंग की अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत मिलती होंगी आप लोगों को, राइट?
Yes, sir.
Yes. We have the peer learning opportunity. Like whenever there is any kind of event we are organizing in our college, so other colleges also participate in that event. So that is a great opportunity for us. Even if SIDM Pune organizes any event, we also participate in that. Even they also participate in our event. So that networking is also an important part in our campus.
हाँ, तो जो बात कही जाती है टुडे नेटवर्क इज द नेटवर्थ, राइट? तो उसका बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज आप लोगों के साथ है, राइट? हाँ, कुछ और ऐड कर रहे हो आप लोग?
Yes, sir. I would want to add something else. The culture here is very student driven.
Okay.
We are taught in the classes, and we are asked to apply it in our committees as well.
वो तो मैं देख रहा हूँ, आप लोगों को आउटरीच करना पड़ रहा है, तो एक्सपोजर किस लेवल का मिलता होगा ये तो मैं समझ ही पा रहा हूँ, राइट?
Yes, sir. There are multiple number of committees in the college. There are clubs. Most of the work that happens in the college, students are actively involved in. Day in, day out, they're actively involved in it. They get to learn a lot of things. They get to travel. They talk to aspirants. They talk to external people. They do collaborations. We branding and admissions committee. We go out. We talk to aspirants as our SimConnect programs. We travel different cities. There are multiple committees who do multiple events. There is an alumni committee. Do we speak to the passed out students, the alumni of our college? Everything that happens in the college, students are actively involved in it, and the people will get a huge amount of exposure and learning.
ठीक है, अच्छा एलुमनाइज की बात की आपने, कितना क्लोज रिलेशन बनाया हुआ है SIDTM ने और किस तरीके का सपोर्ट सिस्टम उनकी तरफ से मिलता है?
In SIDTM, we have a committee specifically to alumni relation.
Okay.
The students in that committee will continuously be in touch with the alumni. They will call the alumni to multiple events. We will meet them regularly. Also, as I mentioned in SimConnect, where we traveled to multiple cities this year.
Okay.
One of the alumni came to the location, the sponsor's location, and he addressed the students who are appearing for the SNAP exam.
Okay, great.
That way also we are connecting with the alumni, as well as we are giving the industry knowledge as well. What the alumni who passed out from the college, how they are doing in their careers, what they have taken from the college.
Okay, बहुत important है.
Yeah, yes.
Right. Practical D-Day strategy बताओ मुझे SNAP clear करने.
I want to add one strategy here also, that I followed 10, 20, 30 method, like 10 minutes for the English section, then 20 minutes for the logical section, and the rest of the 30 minutes for the quant section. So actually it helps like English section, as it is easy. So I would suggest that start from that section, and gradually your speed will increase. So first do the English section, then jump to the logical reason, then for the 30 minutes you can go for the quant section.
I think ये strategy use करने से थोड़ा confidence पे build up होता होगा, right?
Yes. And also don't try to like what question you don't know. Please don't try to skip that question. Don't waste your time there. That is the one thing I followed that.
I would say first thing, don't stress about the topics that you did not study. If you did not study it, you did not study it. Leave it at that. Don't try to stress about it, because 1 hour before the exam, it does not work. We don't know what type of question is going to come from that topic. We can't go in there at that moment preparing it. That is one of the biggest mistakes that they need to avoid. And make sure everything that is required for you before entering the exam hall, the hall ticket, the photos, the pen, pencil, the stationery, make sure it is ready before the exam. before the exam, because it is a matter of their careers. You have to get into the college.
Right.
Everybody has their aspirations, so it is that the stakes are that high. You need to make sure that you are free the next day until you are going to go and write the exam. Don't even. I did not revise anything before the exam. I did most of my preparation day before the exam itself, and I trusted myself, and I believed that okay, the preparation that I've done will save me on the exam day. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, that's it from my side.
और एग्जाम हॉल में एंटर होने के बाद वो तो आपने छोड़ ही दिया.
Yeah, after entering the exam hall, once the exam starts, I have prepared my strategy beforehand, sir. I gave 3 attempts. From my 3 attempts, I took the first 2 attempts as a C.
Okay.
What was the structure of the exam? What was the difficulty level of the exam overall? Which sections were easier and which sections were not easier? I tried to understand the pulse of the exam.
Okay.
Once I understood that, for the 3rd attempt, I had a proper strategy in place for myself.
Okay.
Once I had it, it was smooth. I knew that out of all the 3 sections, the English section was the easiest, and I decided that I should solve it as early as possible.
Okay.
As early means it should be extremely fast. You see the question, you answer it. It should be instantaneous.
Achha.
The thought process of it should be eliminated as much as you can from the English section, because the analytical and logical reasoning and the quant sections are very time taking, and you need to spend more time on those.
Okay.
So that way I analyzed it, and once I went in there, that's how it went. I completed my general English section in less than 5 minutes.
Okay. अच्छा, मुझे यहीं पे एक चीज बता दो. मैं जनरली लोगों से ये सुनता हूँ स्नैप का पेपर बहुत आसान होता है. तो क्या सच में बहुत आसान होता है? मैंने कभी अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया, तो क्या सच में बहुत आसान होता है या बस ऐसे ही सच में आसान होता है?
No sir, now it is getting a little bit more difficult because the packages are increasing, the demand for MBA is also increasing, and also the number of students attempting the exam is also increasing.
इस सवाल को पूछने के पीछे मेरा मोटिव ये था कि बस YouTube वीडियोस देख के मत चले जाना बिना पढ़ाई लिखाई के. ठीक है, बहुत आसान होता है. बहुत सारे रिवर्स है मार्केट में कि स्नैप का पेपर जो है वो इंडिया के जितने भी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स होते हैं, मैनेजमेंट एंट्रेंस एग्जाम, उनमें सबसे आसान होता है. देखो, आसान या टफ जो होता है वो आपकी प्रिपरेशन पे डिपेंड करता है, राइट? मुझे जहां तक लगता है. तो एक सही स्ट्रैटेजी के साथ अगर आप जाओगे तो उसका रिजल्ट आपको डेफिनेटली अच्छा देखने को मिलेगा. ठीक है. अब मेरा लास्ट सवाल होगा, उसके बाद आप लोगों को कुछ ऐड करना हो तो आप ऐड कर सकते हो. मेरा लास्ट सवाल ये होगा कि अब मैंने स्नैप का एग्जाम क्लियर कर लिया, जो मिनिमम कट ऑफ रिक्वायर्ड है वो मैंने क्लियर कर लिया. इसके बाद आई थिंक पीआई भी होता है, राइट? इंटरव्यू भी होता है, राइट? तो आप मुझे थोड़ा सा इंटरव्यू के लिए कैसे प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं इस पर भी बता दो, ताकि जो व्यूअर्स देख रहे हैं वो उसके लिए भी प्रिपेयर कर पाए. क्या बेसिकली और SIDTM या SIBM जो है वो बेसिकली क्या देखता है कि स्टूडेंट में जो पूरा इंटरव्यू का जो प्रोसेस होता है उसमें क्या देखने की कोशिश होती है?
So in SIDTM, obviously the percentile is needed, but there is CCTV division between the percentile, snap percentile, and also for the GPI and PI round, for the PI round. And the total marks, aggregate marks will decide the ranking and also the total placement process. Admission process. So in PI, I would suggest that just go to your resume and what people, whatever they have done in their work, just need to know about it. And for the patient, they need to know about their graduation.
Okay.
So mostly in the PI, they ask about those things, and also the recent technology like IoT, AI, VR, AR. These are the technology. 5G. These are the important topics. For the GE, I can suggest. And also in the PI, they may ask this like question from this topic, and also the recent current affairs. Anyway, you can read, and also from there also they can ask questions. So it is PI is not that much difficult. So yeah, these are the topics suggested.
Okay, ठीक है. Thank you. आप लोगों ने इतने valuable insights शेयर किए. और कुछ ऐड करना है आप लोगों को? You want to add something else?
No sir.
We will provide the mock link. So if you can share it to your institute, then we will share the mock to them.
Sure. ठीक है. रैप करने से पहले एक लास्ट सवाल का जवाब मुझे दे दो. मान लो मेरे पास 3-4 और भी ऑप्शंस हैं, तो कोई एक बड़ा डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर मेरे लिए बताओ आप, ठीक है, जिसके बेसिस पे मैं डिसीजन ले पाऊं. मतलब एक स्ट्रॉन्ग पिच, क्यों मुझे SIDTM पुणे ज्वाइन करना चाहिए. आप इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो कि आपको सबसे अच्छा क्या लगता है अपने कैंपस के बारे में.
As the points that have been mentioned before, the campus life, the student and networking culture, the student driven culture. Apart from these things, I would say technology today is playing a very important role in our lives, and at some point everybody has to come to terms with it, even if there are people who are denying that we can survive anywhere. But technology is very interwoven into our society, into our day-to-day tasks as well.
Right.
Simple tasks to complex tasks, technology is being used. Most people who want to do management, why I decided to join SIDTM, the techno-managerial aspect.
Okay.
It is not just about the technology, how the technology can grow the business of any company.
Right.
That is the biggest and burning question in the industry today. Every industry, every company wants to leverage technology and grow their business.
Right.
We are being given a hands-on experience of it. We are being taught about it, and as a student-driven community, we are applying it as well.
Okay.
So that is a very inclusive learning experience for the students as well. So this is one of the biggest selling point for the students.
Okay. ठीक है, आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहोगे अंकुश? फाइनल रिमार्क्स, क्लोजिंग रिमार्क्स?
So like SIDTM is giving an opportunity to know the technology as well as the business. So I think it is the best blend one can have. So I also offer this opportunity, and students should know about the technology, and yeah, that's it.
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच, आप लोगों ने अपना वैल्यूएबल टाइम दिया, एंड होप जो आपका इंटेंशन है स्टूडेंट्स को हेल्प करने का, और हमारा भी सिमिलर इंटेंशन ही है कि हम स्टूडेंट्स को इन्फॉर्म डिसीजन लेने में हेल्प आउट कर पाए। आई होप कि ये पूरा सेशन लंबा तो हुआ, बट काफी वैल्यूएबल इनसाइट्स आप लोगों ने शेयर किए, और आई एम श्योर कि वैल्यू मिला होगा जो भी स्टूडेंट्स इस पूरे वेबिनार को देखेंगे उनको। तो थैंक यू सो मच, और आगे भी हम इस तरीके के वीडियोस आपके साथ करते रहेंगे, इस तरीके कोलैबोरेशन सब करते रहेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों से बात करके मुझे।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity, for sharing
to interact with you and help the students.
Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.
Yeah, bye.